Hello there, I'm Christy. I'm going to be guiding you through a nice 35-minute stretch flow class. Get everybody all stretched out. And we're going to start seated, so just into a cross-legged position, thinking about the posture, your spine, sitting up nice and tall. Close down the eyes, soften your shoulders, and just begin with a few deep breaths. Nice long deep breaths coming in and out the nose. We're just going to start with a little side body stretch so you can ground down through your right hand. Inhale your left arm up and over, just reaching towards the opposite side. Inhaling to the opposite side there. Left hand to the mat, right arm up and over. Come on back to center, bring both arms up to the sky, and an exhale to fold. Just try to soften your forehead, your shoulders. Walking your hands out over the right knee, as far as they'll go. Just get a good stretch in that side body, soften your face. Inhaling back to center and over to the opposite side. Coming back to center. Just come on up to seated and make your way up to all fours. For cat and cow, so this is a staple in your yoga practice, really good pose to stretch out the back and the belly. Gonna make sure the knees are under the hips, we're on the toes at the back. Try to flatten your palms, you can get a little stretch in the hands here too. And start with the exhale, round the mid-back away, chin into the chest. Inhale, tailbone up, chin up, looking up at the eyes even, stretching the eyes. And exhale, rounding out. So just moving with your breath. You can go as slow or as fast as works for you. Just looking to take nice, long, deep breaths. And we'll finish this off with the exhale, nice round spine. Just push that floor away from you. Inhaling into neutral. We're going to drop down to our forearms for a low plank. And stepping back, try to get nice and high on the toes. Push the floor away from you through your elbows and your forearms. And just breathe. Okay, we're just going to drop the hips there. This is called Sphinx pose. So big toes are together, heels fall to the sides. We want to lift the chest. Try to get your head right out of the shoulders. A couple breaths. And we're going to come on into dolphin next. So just walking your feet towards your elbows. Lifting the hips nice and high. Looking for a nice deep stretch to the back of the legs. You can bend your knees if you need to. Just breathing. All right, come on down to the knees, up to the palms, and downward facing dog. We're gonna do a couple flows here, just get the body warmed up. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, come on down to a hover. Push forward with your toes, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Twice more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And breathe. Trying to get lots of mobility in here, stretching out all the muscles. Down dog's great pose for the back of the legs, the low back, and the neck. Taking all the pressure off the shoulders. All right, come on back forward, plank. Push the floor away from you. And back to downward dog. We're gonna inhale the right leg up to the sky. And an exhale to place the foot in between the hands. Dropping the back knee, we're coming into a low lunge. So you can just start by keeping your hands on the mat. Try to straighten out your spine. Push the crown of your head away from you. If you need a deeper stretch, slide your back knee away from you. And just breathe. Take a couple breaths. Notice whatever you're feeling in those hips, legs. And we're gonna exhale back to, this is called half split. Toes to the sky, nice straight front leg. Try to just soften your forehead towards the leg. Good, we're gonna inhale, come on back forward. Step back to that plank. Chaturanga, taking a flow. Meeting in down dog. Inhaling the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, foot in between the hands, dropping the back knee, low lunge. So just really thinking about straightening out your spine. Breathe. And exhaling back. Half split, dropping your forehead to the knee. This one's always a really tough one. Hold a lot of tension in the back of the legs. Inhale, come on forward, stepping back to a plank, taking a flow. All right, inhaling your right leg back up. Exhale, placing it back in between the hands. We're gonna come into low lunge again, but we're gonna rise this time. So start by getting yourself situated. Proper alignment prevents injury. So we really want the front knee over the ankle. 90-degree angle there. Then we're gonna inhale to rise. If you wanna take it nice and far here, you can bring the hands together, drop them back behind your head, add a back bend, lift the elbows. And we'll exhale back to that half split. We get a lot of tension in the back of the legs, like I mentioned, so we'll just do that one more time. Soften your forehead to the knee. And inhaling forward, stepping back to a plank, take a flow. Inhaling the left leg up to the sky. And exhale, foot in between the hands, low lunge. Getting yourself aligned there, knee over the ankle. And we'll inhale to rise. Maybe adding the back bend. And an exhale forward for your half split, lifting the toes, straighten the leg, drop the forehead. Inhaling back forward, stepping back to a plank, take a flow. Try to soften your jaw and your face. We'll walk our hands back to our feet for a forward fold. If you want to add gorilla here, you can step on the hands, try to bring the toes to the crease of your wrists. Okay, we'll release from gorilla. Come on back to that plank, take a flow. Couple deep breaths. Inhaling the right leg back up. Exhale, foot in between the hands. We're coming into a high lunge this time, so stay on the back toe. Get that 90-degree angle in your front foot, and then we're going to inhale to rise. Back leg nice and straight, breathe. We're gonna exhale, warrior two. So try to make sure that your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Breathe. Reverse warrior, dropping the back hand, reaching that right arm up to the sky, back bend. And exhale to windmill the hands back to the mat. Step back to a plank, take a flow. Inhaling left leg up. Exhaling foot in between the hands. And our high lunge on this side. Good, breathe. Back leg straight. And exhale, warrior two. Try to clench the butt cheeks together to open up through the front of the hips there. Reverse warrior. And a windmill. Stepping back to your plank, take a flow. Deep breaths in and out the nose. Good, inhaling the right leg back up. And then exhale, foot in between the hands. We're gonna come into warrior one, so we can drop the back heel this time. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Long, deep breaths. Exhale for our warrior two again. Try to have your wrists as high as your shoulders. Imagine someone's pulling your hand one way and one another, so you're really opening up through the chest there. Come into triangle, so straightening the front leg. Exhale, hinging forward. Trying to bring your arms into one line with each other, keeping the hips in, and breathe. We're gonna try a reverse triangle. So you're gonna take this top hand, left hand, bring it down to the mat. If you need to come onto your back toe, that's okay. Then we're gonna inhale our right arm up. Twist, breathe. And an exhale, dropping the hands. Step back to your plank, take a flow. Take a breath. Inhaling left leg up to the sky. Exhale, foot in between the hands, dropping the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Straightening the front leg, triangle. And a reverse triangle. One more inhale, reach higher. And an exhale, drop the palms, step back to a plank, take a flow. Exhale, down dog, take a breath. We're gonna walk our hands back to the feet again for a forward fold. This time we're just gonna grab onto each elbow with each palm, let the upper body hang heavy there. Breathe. As you inhale on your next breath, we're gonna ragdoll up to seated. Nice and slow. Awesome. We're gonna do some standing stuff. So just make sure you're kind of in the middle of your mat. We're gonna start with tree. So just ground down through that right foot, left foot to the calf, maybe lightly resting on the knee or up into the thigh. Bring our hands to heart center, just take a breath. Inhaling to lift the arms. Good, we're gonna exhale, bring the hands back down together, kick the foot back behind you. Coming to a warrior three variation, hands together to start. And then as you inhale, you can reach forward. Exhale, dropping both hands to the mat. Standing split. We're going to come into our half moon, so ground down through that right hand. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, drop the palm, drop the foot. You're going to walk your hands forward, Come into a plank, take a flow. Down dog. Hands back to feet, the back of your mat. Inhale, ragdoll up. Okay, back on the other side for tree. So we'll ground down through our left hand this side. Left foot, Right foot comes to the same height you had it on the last leg, just keeping things even, balanced. Hands to heart center. Breathe, working on some balance, core strength, stability. Inhale, arms to rise. Hands back to heart center, stepping that foot back, balancing warrior three. Inhale, arms forward. Good. Exhale, standing split, drop the hands. Half moon, grounding down to the left hand. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale to fold. You're going to walk your hands back forward, plank, and flow. Heading back to downward dog. You're going to inhale the right leg back up. Exhale, you're going to bring your knee in between your hands for pigeon. So you want to keep the hips square in pigeon. If it's painful for you, this figure four stretch is pretty much the exact same thing without the pressure. So in pigeon here, we're going to just lift that chin, chest. Just try to pull your shoulders back. If it's available to you, you can interlock your fingers. And then we're going to exhale, come on down to the forearms. Take about 3 long breaths. Okay, come on back up to the hands, onto the back toe, step back to a plank, take a flow. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhaling, foot in between the hands. Starting on the fingertips, lifting the chest. Keep those hips square. Try not to fall down onto one side there. And come on down to the forearms. Taking about 3 long breaths. Okay, back up to those fingers, onto the back toe, plank, and flow. Downward dog. Couple breaths. Okay, we're going to come on down to the knees. You're going to turn on your mat and use it long ways. Come on to standing on the knees. You're going to bring your right leg off to the side. Try to make sure the arch of the foot is lined up with your knee. We'll inhale that right arm up and over, ground down through the left hand. So you're just reaching, opening up through the side body. If you want to take this a bit further, you can bend the right leg, reach back with the right hand for the foot. Try to kick the foot away from you. We'll exhale to release. Come on back to one more stretch there. Inhale. Back up to center and into gate pose. Right hand comes down to that leg. Reaching the left arm over now. Good. We'll inhale the center. Come on down, switch sides. Arch of the foot in line with the knee. Inhale, left arm up and over, grounding down. Through the right hand, palm flat if possible. You're gonna bend that leg, reach back for the foot if you did it on the last side. Good, release. One more side stretch there. And back up for gate pose. Right arm up and over. Good, inhaling to center. We're gonna try frog pose. So come on back down to all fours. You're gonna just walk your knees basically as wide away from each other as feels possible. And then you wanna bring your feet out so your heels are in line with your knees. And then your hips should also be in line with your knees. So you're almost like creating half of a box out of the lower half of your body. And then you can stay here and take a couple breaths, or you can come down to your forearms or down to your chest. It's gonna take like 3 long breaths, kind of similar to pigeon. Good, back up to the palms. You're gonna turn long ways on your mat, downward dog. Inhaling forward, coming through a flow. I'm gonna take 2 more flows there. Inhaling forward, chaturanga. Meeting in downward dog. Awesome. We're going to come on back down to all fours for child's pose. So keep your legs together, forehead to the mat, bring your wrists to your ankles. Ragdolling up to seated. Perfect. Okay, we're going to come on into a seated position. We're going to do a wide-legged stretch there. So just bring your right leg off to the side. You're going to reach for the big toe, ankle, calf, whatever works for you. We're going to start by inhaling and opening up this left side, then exhaling to lean over and reach for that right foot with the left hand. Breathe. Now we're going to exhale to fold over that right leg. So just turning your torso to face the floor. Inhaling to rise. Switching sides. Reaching out for that left side. Inhale that right arm up and over. And an exhale to fold. Inhaling to ragdoll up to seated. We're going to come into butterfly, so soles of the feet together. You can play around with the distance between your heels and your hips. Closer to your hips is going to get you more into the hips. A little further away helps the low back. Whatever works for you. Sit up tall. And exhale to fold. We're going to walk our hands underneath the shins and round your head towards the floor. Just a couple long, deep breaths. Inhaling to rise. Okay, bring the soles of the feet flat. We're going to come into boat pose, actually, so we'll bring the feet up. You can grab onto the backs of your legs, your hands can float, your legs can straighten, your hands can be on the floor, whatever works for you. Sitting up tall, straight spine. We're going to exhale slowly, come on down. Great, bring the soles of the feet flat. We're going to lift the hips up. Spinal lift, you can interlock the fingers underneath you. Just lift those hips up nice and high. Exhale, come on down. Happy baby, sending the hands in between the legs, grabbing onto the center of the soles of the feet. Just pull your knees towards the floor. Chin tucked in. Good, we're going to straighten out the right leg. And then the left. Maybe both. Good. We'll release. Bring your arms into a T. Your knees 90-degree angle, feet floating as if you're in a chair seated sideways. Contract your abs. This just protects your low back as we shift around. We're going to exhale, feet and knees down to the right. Right palm comes onto the knees. Oops, dropped a candle. Right palm comes onto the knees, and we're going to gaze to the left to complete the twist. Bring your knees a little closer to the underarm for a deeper twist. Good. Arms into one line with the shoulders. Contract those abs. Inhale, feet and knees to center. Exhale, over to the left. Gazing to the right to complete the twist. Couple long, deep breaths. As you inhale, try to fill up your lungs completely. And as you exhale, try to empty them completely. So pushing all the air out of you. Creating space for fresh oxygen. All right, arms into one line with the shoulders. Inhale, feet and knees to center. We're going to finish off with a shoulder stand and plow. So if you maybe just want to watch to start to get the hang of it, or if you're not comfortable, we're going to come into what would be starfish next. So arms over your head, toes to the sides. But first, shoulder stand. We're going to inhale the hips up over the shoulders and bring the feet towards the ceiling. Little inversion, really good for the brain, sending blood towards your brain. And then for plow, we exhale, try to bring the toes to the floor. And we'll roll on out of this one. Use your arms as brakes. You're going to bring your arms up over your head. This is a super easy, basic stretch for the shoulders. So your feet are nice and wide, toes fall to the sides. Your arms are up and over your head. You want to try to get your shoulders flattened on the ground so you're feeling this opening through the chest and the shoulders. So just find that sweet spot that works for your body. Take a breath or two. All right, we're going to come into Shavasana. Shavasana is very important in yoga just to kind of release the lactic acid. We just put our body through a bunch of stressful poses, or what can be stressful poses. So you just want to get a really comfortable position on your back. Bring your arms down, 45-degree angle from the body. Close your eyes. Just take a few breaths in and out the nose. Softening your face, your forehead, your shoulders, softening your chest, soften your back, your arms. Soften your tummy, soften your hips, soften your legs, thighs and calves, soften your feet. Mindfully resting your entire body here for a moment. Your entire body is completely relaxed. Just take a few deep breaths. All right, wiggling your fingers and your toes. We'll bring the arms up over the head. Give a good reach there, point the toes. You can bring the knees into your chest and just rock yourself up to seated. I always like to finish off yoga with a bit of gratitude, so we'll just meet our hands in heart center. encourage you to just close down your eyes and just visualize something that you're grateful for today. Nice, bright, vivid, colored image. I greet that place where you and I are one. Namaste. Thanks for taking the time to practice with me. I hope you feel great and have a good day.